So today is Saturday. I got up at 8 o'clock. Spent the night at the small truck stop at the border between PA and New York, Lawrenceville. It was nice. There was only one other truck. What is that guy doing? There was only one other truck besides me, and there was one more, like a pickup truck, hauling some cars. Oh, this guy was trying to... What's he trying to do? And so I drove non-stop on 390 and then New York 63 through Batavia, and this time they allowed me to go on I-90 in Batavia. So I took New York 98, I think, right in Batavia. It goes straight north, and then from there it's I-90 west, because I'm only 10 feet wide, legal height. So my empty is what, 57 plus 55, so 112,000 pounds. So I didn't have to do the TLP, truck load program, for the Peace Bridge, which I'm about to cross, because you need that TLP application only when you are wider than 12 feet and when you're heavier than 117,000 pounds. So otherwise I have to do the TLP, and then they charge you $100 US if it's before 12 o'clock. If you're crossing before 12 noon, and then after 12 noon it's 200 US. But you still have to stop. So that's why I stopped there at duty free. And I called the supervisor. I have his number on in my contacts.
Continue straight to stay on Peace Bridge.
And he says, Peace Bridge supervisor. And I said, sir, my name is Sergei. I'm crossing from US to Canada with the oversized load, 10 feet wide, legal height.
Continue straight to stay on Peace Bridge.
And he says, how heavy you are? I said, 112,000 pounds. You can come across. Thank you, sir. So no TLP fee.
600 meters, continue straight. Welcome to Canada.
So no TLP fee this time, right? Easy peasy Japanesey. Now I just have to deal with Canadian customs, and my passport is ready, my manifest is ready, and my receipt for the new camera is ready. Like I said, it's a good idea to declare everything, otherwise you can get into really big trouble. And so I don't cheat, I show them everything. That's the only thing I bought.
Continue straight.
And then after that, we're just going over there. And that's that building over there. That's where the supervisor sits. That's why you have to stop.
Continue straight onto Queen Elizabeth Way.
That's why you have to stop to pay the fee. You just park there in the middle. Something's going on there.
For 800 meters.
Why such a big waiting line? And by the way, US again is having trouble. Remember how I said I had to sit with the load going into Brooklyn? I had to sit over here in Fort Erie for almost 2 days, right? It's because they were having issues because they introduced the new system, and turns out when I was doing my manifest, there's still that. Now that warning is back on, saying that CBP is experiencing pretty much severe issues with the new system. So entry numbers don't match the manifest, and they were saying we still recommend that you do not proceed to the border. And the worst part was, it says so far we have no ETA for the resolution, meaning that it's not a good idea now to enter US. And so I'm gonna so now while I'm driving today, I wanted to get out of New York, because I cannot drive after 12 in New York State. right? Which, so now it's 11:08. Perfect. I got out of New York, so there's no restrictions for me in Canada. But in the summer there will be a curfew. You cannot drive Friday after 3, then you can drive the entire Saturday, and then you cannot drive Sunday, I think, after 3, or the entire Sunday, I forgot. But that's only starts in June. That's the curfew for oversized loads in Ontario. It's listed on my annual permit. I'll have to refresh my memory. And so now I think I'll take a few days off. Now it's a bit of a weird situation because I have to be in Baltimore last day of March, because April 1st I'm going to that court session which was postponed twice already, so this is the 3rd time. And finally, it's so far no letters about this being canceled. And so I'm gonna be fighting that big ticket with my lawyer that I hired, what was it, like almost 2 years ago, right? Hopefully they will not slap me with that big fine they wanted, because then I don't know, I'll have to sell the truck and trailer or just stop going to Baltimore, you know, because they're just crazy huge fine. Yeah, and why I'm driving today instead of, I could have stayed in the States Sunday, you know, like it's the weather's a bit nicer, the cheapest, the fuel is a bit cheaper. But when I was doing my manifest, you know, you have to enter shipper and consignee, and each time you do that, if it's not in your contact list, you have to add a new shipper or add a new consignee. And this time I was surprised to see that the shipper was there, because I've been to that Carlisle location many times, so the shipper was there, so I just had to select it. And then consignee was there as well, so which means I was there before and I remembered this place. And these guys are very informal. You know, I'm going to Innisfil, Ontario. It's a Hyundai dealer, basically. That they sell and rent excavators and all this construction equipment, and all their machinery is from Korea, or wherever they make these, Hyundai or Hyundai. By the way, it's pronounced differently in many in different parts of the world. Some I think in UK they do say Hyundai, so please do not correct me, because I know what the heck I'm doing, okay? I'm a bit cranky this morning. And so yeah, these guys are pretty informal. And I remember last time it was also on the weekend. I had the same situation. I loaded Friday and delivery was Monday, and I remember calling them asking if it's possible to deliver on the weekend, and the guy says, yeah, we live nearby, and actually there might be some people in the shop working, you know, sometimes they have a shop, right, a service shop where they service these machines, and sometimes, you know, they have so much work they come back on Saturday, right? And this is exactly what happened this time as well. I found their I didn't have his phone number on my phone, but I found their website. It was listed on Google Maps. Went to the website, was digging there for like 5 minutes, finally found their phone number. Call the phone number, some guy answers, and it turns out it's the owner. Like, I remember he had I think the Indian, like his father was there, and this son is kind of like running the business, but I think his father probably gave the money or something, but I know it's like a family operation. But the son, this guy I talked to, he actually runs day-to-day stuff, right? And he says, yeah, I live nearby. And I said, I remember, because I was at your place, I think it was a year ago. And he says, yeah, call me when you're like an hour away or so, and I'll make sure the gate is open. And I said, yeah, I don't need anybody's help, I can unload myself. I just need the gate to be open and somebody show me where you want this machine parked. And the most important thing, I need somebody to sign my bill of lading. And which reminds me, I was too lazy yesterday. I was watching instructional movies about how to use my new camera, and I didn't do the bill of lading. I have the bill of lading from the broker, but I never like to have just one. I always like to have my own. And so now my destination in 5 clicks is that Flying J, mile marker 5. I'm gonna stop there because I've been driving since 8 non-stop. So I'm gonna stop there, go inside, grab some coffee, and it'll take me probably like 10 minutes to create my bill of lading, and then I can head over to Innisfil, which is about an hour and a half away, near Barrie. Okay, so I got my passport. So what they're gonna ask me? They're gonna ask me how long in the States. I crossed on Tuesday, right? I crossed Tuesday. Where did you go? I went to Brooklyn. Then I waited a day to find the load, found the load, loaded in Carlisle, PA, and now I'm coming back. Did you buy any alcohol or tobacco? No. Any weapons on board? Not this time. I like these brand new machines. Everything works. It's so quiet. No noise, you know. beautiful. So now all I gotta do is go inside and sign the paperwork. And I see over there that these guys have a big wide hood K-Whopper over there on the other side. It's because they do deliveries themselves. Because yeah, like I said, last time I was here, the guy took my card and he says, oh yeah, we can work with you. He says, you go to US a lot? I said, yes sir. And he took my card, never heard from them again. Because you know, if it's close by, I don't know if they have US authority, because you know, you cannot, if you're Canadian, right, you cannot just go. It has to be, you have to be licensed. Even if it's your own stuff, but you have to be licensed. But yeah, I lifted the boom like that because basically the guy says we don't want it inside the yard because they have dirt. And so that's why I'm unloading here, because he says this machine goes to a trade show. And so they want to keep it clean. And I park it like that, and I raise the boom so it's not in the way of people you know, coming through the gate. Now Alan, I'm using your Alan from Keswick. I'm using your thing here because it's raining outside, and I don't want my paperwork to be wet. See, so it's perfect. Now I'll just grab a couple of pens. Don't know where my key is, but that's it. Now yeah, I'm gonna sign it, and then I already booked a hotel for 3 nights. That's it. I made a lot of money in 1 week, and now I can take a few days off, and then Tuesday I'll be back looking for a load for Wednesday, because like I always say, Wednesday in Canada is usually a very nice day to book a load. But this time again, because I have to be in court in Maryland on April 1st, either I do something short and then come back empty and go to Maryland in my car, because you know, over there's no truck stops. You know, I would still have to take an Uber, and actually one guy is offering me a load from Virginia back to Toronto, and it pays pretty good, but it's a heavy load, so I would need a Jeep and booster. It's like a big demolition excavator without counterweights, without the boom. It's about 106,000 pounds. So I would take my Jeep and booster. But again, a load like that, there can be complications with permits, right? And that's pretty far to go empty. And he says he can wait. You know, why am I pointing this way? Because this guy lives here in this area. And I saw this pickup truck following me, right? I'm making my way to this dealer here, and I see the same pickup truck is following me. That's always a bit suspicious. And then when I stopped, the guy came over. He says, hey, I'm Max. We talked about the load from Virginia. I said, wait. And he says, yeah, and I saw your truck, and so I just wanted to stop and say hi. So he gave me his business card. But he says they're not in a rush. So he says if I want to find a load going down there, but now I said I have to figure out how to deal with this stupid court, right? Because if I go down there, I'll have to take a break somewhere to attend to the court, but it's only gonna take probably half a day, right? So because of that, now it's a bit tricky for me to find my next load. But these were 2 great machines, you know. And I found this one like within half an hour, because the previous load I was supposed to load from Baltimore, but they were in a rush. They wanted me to load on the same day. I was like still 180 miles away, and I told them I'm not gonna be a hero and drive like a maniac, you know, non-stop, because they waited until the last possible moment to load that machine. And why that load was canceled, because they said if we don't pick it up today, we will have a 30-day stop on the contract. Like basically they had a contract with a big freight forwarder, so this broker, right? And they were supposed to ship this machine before, and I don't know, they wait until the last possible moment, and now it's rush. And I said, guys, I'm sorry, I just did a very exhausting trip to Brooklyn. And so they said, okay, then unfortunately we have to cancel. And then they canceled, and I found this one right away. Even better, it was only 140 miles empty, and they were okay with me loading Friday, and I just delivered here near Barrie. And now I'm just gonna drive back, and they opened Saturday, beautiful. I'm gonna drive back, park the truck in my yard, and go to a hotel. And now I have my new camera to play with. I have my accordion. I'm gonna focus more on my health, do some walks in parks with my Nordic sticks, and do kettlebell thing in the morning. Need to get into a better shape. Anyway, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching. So today you will see two videos, one for loading this monster and one for unloading.